Okay, boom. I'm back. How could I have been so blind? That's the subject of my venue here this afternoon. Yeah. How could I have been so blind? So blind, first of all, to my greatness. Anybody here? Anybody here? Hold on, let me put on my setting. Might be better. Yeah, we're blind. We're blind. I was blind. I was blind for a long time. For a long time, blind to my greatness. This is what I was. I was walking before, and I was listening to Jason. His song. How could I have been so blind? And that inspired me for this talk this afternoon because the blessing is right in front of us. The blessing is right in front of us. How come we're so blind we cannot see it? We cannot see it. It's right in front of us. There must be something preventing us from venturing outside that box. Anyway, that was my case. That greatness that I expressed today, I always had it. Like it's not a matter of something that came suddenly in my life. It's something that I always had, but I never worked at it. I never, for some reason, looked at it. I kind of lost focus. I lost focus. It's like at one point, like I explained the other day, we come into this world. We're very traumatized of already. Coming in this world with all kinds of successive trauma, micro traumatism that leads to our big trauma. But that's it. From the moment we enter this world, we are subject to authority, authority and other people and a lot. And that, you know, being young, I was always suspicious of authority, questioning authority, but never to a point that I would find out what I found out later on. Like it's a big illusion. It's a big illusion for sure, but it's up to us to at one point also open our eyes. Open our eyes. Nobody came to knock at my door say, hey, you want to open your eyes to life? No, it's something you have to do on your own. So the awakening, the it's just that it's not necessarily because I was looking for the shape of the earth. It's more I was looking for a way to express my greatness and live my dream, and then I hit my head on stuff like that. So on the truth and on the truth that they lied to us on everything. That's the truth. The truth. Who knows? Who knows what and what is and what is that? And the truth is we're being lied to about everything. And the moment I kind of got it back in touch with who I was and what I could bring here, the game changed totally because now I was no more blind. I was no more blind. But for a certain moment, I don't know. I think that's what I explained. We grow up and then we are subjects to all kinds of negative influence also, the cartoons on TV and stuff like that. So that puts a veil in front of us very young. And then we grow up, we end up in the teenage years, which was my case. Then we're looking for ourselves. Then we start to look for ourselves probably in our teenage years. And then at one point, once it's settled and everything, you have a good idea of who you are at a certain age. I say maybe 18, 19, I was pretty much settled on what I had to bring here, on what I had to do, and what I had to what I was gonna do. Just didn't find the way to do it before 40 years old, something like that. But it's not because I It's just I was blind. I was blind. I lost focus. You lose focus with in this system. With this system, it's because they get you trapped a lot, and if you get trapped in the system, like you start having, debt and everything, and mortgages and children and all that stuff. All this keeps you in a perpetual loop, for sure. And you always look for it's a rat race. It's a rat race. So when you see the big picture of how much it's a rat race, like I've seen it when I had the chance to be stop and look at it from the outside, then I realized it was yeah, come on, that was an awakening call. I decided to take my take all my strength and my courage and go on with my dream. I was no more blind at one point, especially when I. But it's a choice, to remove the blinder. It's a choice also. You can stay blind all your life. It's a choice to remove them. I wanted to know. I needed to know. I needed to know. So I think from the moment you stay curious, if you stay curious enough, you question things enough, you will find out. That's what brought me to find out all that stuff. Is I was questioning. I was questioning reality. So I was looking for some kind of but never found out that until it pops in my face on YouTube. This flat Earth thing. Boom! Ricky is back. Yeah. So you lose focus at one point. This is what happened. This is what I'm sure it's the case for many people. As you start having children and everything, you get very busy working and everything. So you always, paying your bills and stuff. You don't want to make your children suffer and make your family suffer. So in my case, as a man, I had to go out and work hard. That's what I did all my life. I was a very, very hard worker all my life until I break my knee. Yeah. I was working 70, 80 hours a week and no problem. Bring it on. There's nothing was stopping me. But that's what I realized at one point, that I was becoming a machine. But also I was getting a bit not burnt out, but you kind of burn the candles from both ends then. So at one point you kind of step back and you're like, whoa, what is this life that I'm that I'm living? So I looked at it a bit and I said, whoa, I gotta do something. I gotta take ownership for my life. I have to take ownership for my life. Just finished that interview on unconscious minds. Yeah, bravo. Yeah, that was a great interview. The interview with DVG. Yeah, yeah, I really liked it. It was a great vibe. But I like to always show up. Every time I show up, I try to bring the best of myself. Not to, I'm not here to make you waste your time. I'm here to also be true to myself. Like this is the journey, and this is the journey. We have enough of being blind and being fake and all this. So for my case, I have more than enough. That's what brought me to YouTube. I have enough of being fake. I have to speak to the world. So I said, okay, I'm going to put my hand to my heart and I'm going to speak to the world. So that's what I did. Took all my courage, conquer all my fears, and started little by little. Started with a video or two per week. Jumped to several a week. Jumped to several a day. At one point, I was posting 10 a day. Then I decided to start the Truman Show, going live. I was struggling for a while with the live show. Didn't microphone issues for so long. Anyway, then I finally found out what was the problem. Was the sound card on the laptop that was finished all that time. So I just had to buy a $5 USB connector, and the problem was solved. But sometimes it's I don't know. You live and learn, you live and learn. And then I started to, you go little by little. And then I started to do more Truman Show and invited reggae singers. That was a big, big step forward to remove the blinder. It's connect with people. And yeah, the reggae singers, Perfect Gidsmani was the first one to come. Was Joy Hero, but I wasn't able to publish it. The recording didn't work. I even the first interview I did on the Truman Show with the reggae singer was Joy Hero, and I wasn't even able to publish it. It didn't record. I thought it was recording the whole time, and I end up at the end of the interview, it's not even recording. So you see, then I said, okay, I'm not gonna let this bring me down. I'm still gonna go, and then I went. With Craig Rose, Perfect It's Many, and then Ticha D after, and Don Tepo, and many, many guys came. And I'm going to have a Naturalist. Naturalist is coming Sunday, I think. I scheduled it for Sunday. Naturalist, so don't miss that one. That's going to be a great one because we're going to talk flat Earth. Yeah, I'm giving you a little heads up. Yeah, because that's the guy I opened up the other day. I said I told you during the talk the other day here what I did. So yeah, so that's gonna be for Sunday. Yeah, so Sunday will be there with Naturalist, but that's it. The whole thing about yeah, the 2 month show, and then that's it. More and more came, and at one point. What the wait? Earth is flat. Yeah, apparently Earth is flat. That's what we. That's another thing. We've been so blind not to see this. It's did this sometimes. Sometimes I wonder really what I was thinking, where I was looking, what I was doing to not see this. It's so evident. It's in our face. Earth's flat. All the stuff like it's all in our face. It's all in our face. Sometimes I wonder why I've been so blind. We're not monkey people, and yeah, that's it. We're not monkey people. The other ones is the dinosaur never existed. All this stuff is all fairy tale. It's fairy tale after fairy tale. You should see the stuff I see sometime on Gaia on Facebook. Sometimes I can't resist. I have to comment. Sometimes I lose it a bit in some page on Facebook. Sometimes I can't resist. I have to say something. BS alert or some stuff like that. It's so people are but there is stuff that is very, very evident to see that it's so bullshit. It's terrible. You just look at the picture, it's all CGI. Like the other day I saw something on Gaia. They said that there's military guys living on Mars. I'm like, come on, apparently soldier living on Mars. I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, yeah, apparently they have a secret base there and the whole kit, and they live on Mars. I'm like, what the heck is that? It's all, it's all fairy tale. It's all stuff to keep people perpetrating this overlay and the madness and the fear and the possible threat that comes with being on a ball. That creates a lot of fear being on a ball. Because at any time you can have an asteroid. Me, that was always one of my fear. Was when's going to be the next asteroid to hit Earth and we're all going to be destroyed? That I always had that in mind. It's not. I'm sure I'm not the only one. But yeah, Mars. Yeah. Apparently, there's people living there. A colony of soldiers that they have brought there. They have brought guys from the U.S. Army onto Mars like 17 years ago. They were kidnapped as infant, programmed and brought to Mars to for experiment. And one of them was able to escape the red planet and come back to Earth. And come back to Earth and deliver his message to his fellow brothers and sisters. Like, it's crazy. Go check. It's on Gaia. Crazy stuff. So I really wonder sometimes why, when it goes to an extreme like this, that This people are really, really blind because I don't think, even in my most blinded moment, I don't think I would have eat that one and digest it. I don't think so. This is something. Come on, they took people and they brought them on Mars. A bunch of secret soldier, uh, secret commando or something like that, and they brought them on Mars and secret mission and the whole thing. I'm like, what the heck is that? But yeah, people seems to believe that. Oh, hello, Gigi's in the house, sending love and positive vibration, of course, always. Big up, hello, Gigi, Alex. Yeah, Alex, have you heard about that? That's what I was saying about the mission to Mars. They brought soldier there and everything. So we're just blind. I think a majority of us is we are like under hypnosis. It's like the world is under hypnosis. Sometimes I look at it, it's like a big hypnosis because there is magician. So or it's a big magic trick. Or we're being tricked for sure. We're being tricked. It's a big magic trick. But blind to the point that we don't question anything. Me, I've never questioned anything. No, I never questioned the ball Earth. You know, the ball Earth is the most. You know what's the most easy to question and to realize we don't, which is the place where we live. Where do we live? That's the easiest. That's one question everybody can ask themselves without having the program given to you and all that. You can easily answer that question if you look around. Like you will see the land and you will see from where you are that, I don't know. It's evident that the earth is flat, that it's not a ball, that there's no curve. I don't know if it's probably, it's for sure that the land, the terrain is flat, but I mean, the whole shape and the whole thing, that's another debate. But for sure, the terrain, but not the terrain is not super flat. That's not what I mean. But there's valleys and all this. But the horizon is horizontal because sometimes people get a bit motivated as always. Oh yeah, for sure. Today we're talking about why are we have been so blind. Yeah, because you Alex, you woke up to all this at a younger age than us, me and Ricky. I think Ricky's in his mid-30s. I'm going to be in my mid-40s soon. That's what I was telling my mother this morning. I said, but I didn't say fuck. Là. I said Chris. En français, c'est Chris. Chris, m'en va 50 ans. Ben, pas de suite. Là. Not now, là, but you know. But me, I say forever young, forever young. You know, you can't help getting older. But you don't have to get old. You don't have to get old. That's the thing. People get older, but they get old at the same time. So they lose sight. They lose focus. They stop dreaming. He stopped, that's what I told my mother. She said, when I'm 80, I'm not going to do too much. I said, hey, as long as you have breath going through your nostril, you can always dream. You can always have a dream, work on a dream. But she says that's kind of shook her a bit, but she's getting to, also she's paying more attention to what I say lately. So I'm very happy to have that kind of connection again. It's kind of good that your mother listened to you, especially that I don't think she even watches my video on YouTube, but I wish one day she maybe does. But anyway, that's another thing. It's never the people closest to you that's going to encourage you the most. Don't expect that. Look, even my mother, you would see her in the chat. I have a mother, a father, a sister, and yeah, that's my closest family. So I have lots of cousins, and they all pretty much know what I'm doing. So it's always people, from, you can count yourself. You can be happy when you have family in another country that you have never met, like me. I have family everywhere. We are a beautiful family, and you can count on me. You have a family here too, so it's the same thing. But yeah, peace and love and peace always. That's what we are on. That's what we need to bring. We need to bring more love. Maybe if we bring more love, we will maybe remove the blinder also. If I was never attuned to love or stuff like that really much in my life before the my sudden awakening that happened to me. But sudden awakening, it was sudden. It was sudden. The whole thing was pretty much sudden, but it was gradual and sudden. But it has to happen one way or another. When you're ready, I think what brings us to realize this, because now we have, sometimes I tell myself also, is not only me that is blind, but the rest of the world is completely blind right now to mostly what's going on. Nothing in the world works the way we think it works. And for my part, even the police, I was always under the impression that they were here to serve and protect us, always. Like, I know there was corrupt cops around. I'm not crazy, but that was always until I made more research and I realized, hey, whoa. And then you start making sense of the color light on top of the car and all their stickers and symbols and sign. It's a lot of that you have to join together to realize the big picture, and to remove the kind of blinder that we have, or the veil, but ignorance is a choice, especially today. You can have everything at your fingertips on the internet. There's a lot of people like me speaking about truth or whatever, inspiration. A lot of people, YouTube. That's why we have it. It's to express ourselves, and that's a very good platform for that. I love using it. That's another thing I was blind to. I had this in my face for a long time. Internet. I could have used it. I could have. I pay internet. How much it cost me a month? Maybe $70 a month, and I wasn't even using it. Like, I was paying. Now at least I use it twice a day. I upload. I do live videos. I use the bandwidth to the max. So now I feel like I'm paying for something at least. But before I was blind, I was even paying my bills, like, because I have the big package, the high speed unlimited via wire, so it's good. It's cable, but that's what I need with the amount of broadcast that I do. I need something good connection. So, and I'm in Canada, so I have the chance. Say there's a lot of people in other countries that would love to have a good internet connection, like I have, to be able to broadcast on YouTube. A lot of people would love to do that. So I'm not blind to it no more, and I use it, and I speak maybe for the ones who cannot do it, or we are one. So that's how it works. That's how I see it. Yep. I don't know. My pen doesn't work no more. I had that one, but I think it's dead. I was gonna do a smoke break. That's another but that's not one thing that I have never been really blind to the benefit of marijuana. That I'm a ganja man from a long time. Have been a ganja man since a long time, since I'm young. So this I've never been really blind, but that's another thing that many of us are blind to. It's that cannabis have the potential to heal a lot of disease, cure a lot of disease. I have never experienced it myself, but I have experienced it with the CBD. With my knee, it helps a lot for the inflammation. But I've never cured myself from cancer with weed. But that I can only say what I heard. I've never seen, and I don't know if you guys have witnessed that. Someone that used the Rick Simpson oil and succeed in curing their someone close that I'm talking to you about, not something you heard on YouTube, but if you know someone close that was cured from cancer with the Rick Simpson oil. I was talking about it to my mother, and she was like, Not very receptive. She said, "Oh, she said you. So you tell me it could have saved your cousin from cancer because when they diagnosed my cousin with cancer, she was like 30, 35 maybe. Yeah, 33, 34, 35. And she died very young. She died with breast cancer or something like that, but it was at stage 4. So it was very advanced when they discovered it. But she said, "Oh, so you tell me you could have cured her with the Rick Simpson oil?" I said, "I'm pretty sure with a very high dose. Like sometimes, you need a very high dose, like 60 gram of oil over the fastest you take it, the better." I think with 60 gram of cannabis oil, of pure premium cannabis oil, you can do a lot of repair with a lot of rest and a good eating habit also. No? Like you don't like I said, the temple. That's another thing. We're blind. No? I was always blind to taking care of myself. No? I got to 300 pounds. Hello, 300. Went down 100 and something pound. No more blind. There's a That's what happened when you open your eyes to life. You realize that also I was blind because I was looking at myself, not even realizing I was 300 pounds. And many of us are overweight, and sometimes it's just we don't even want to look in the mirror. We think we carry our weight. That's what I always thought. Time to put some fire in the hair riser here. Yeah, sometimes we're so blind we don't even want to look in the mirror to realize that we're overweight. That was my case. That was my case. I was like 100 and something. I'm still overweight. Maybe a good 25 pounds I have to lose, but still, at least I know I can do it. I'm on the way. I've been on the way for a while. If my wife watch, she's gonna say, "You've been on the way for a while, SB." No, but at least I'm on the way. I stay positive. I keep good eating habits. I exercise, but it goes down like it goes down. I mean, the weight you lose it, at the rhythm you lose it. And maybe I should eat more spinach. The way I lost a lot of weight is by eating spinach. Spinach, Academie. Yeah, yeah. Spinach all the way, and what I was doing also. Yeah, a lot of spinach, juicing helps, you know. But it's a choice. It's a choice, people. To be blind or to see clear. No? You can see clear, but you can see also crystal clear. That's another option. I prefer the crystal clear. Sometimes we think we see clear. We think we know how the world is. I thought the world was messed up, or to not say fucked up. But when I really opened my eyes and I looked, I'm like, whoa. I was really blind to my greatness, blind to the government, blind in school. I was so blind also. I was so blind in school. Terrible. I could sense it, but never enough to point the finger and say, "Oh, it's a lie." Like I wasn't back in high school. I wasn't suspecting a lie. I wasn't suspecting the thing to be a lie. I was only revolting against the fact that I was probably being indoctrinated, or I was in school. I was forced into an indoctrination camp. That's probably why I was so rebel. But I didn't know it was a lie. Like you cannot tell it's lie. Like come on, you go to school, you enter the school every morning, and if people would know that everything in there is a construct and pretty much like not everything is a lie, no, I guess you have to make some truth with the lies. No? Put 70% of the stuff we learn in school is but it's all fantasy. No? From start, it's all fantasy. But I mean, inside the fantasy, there's some truth. We cannot dismiss that there's some truth, and sometimes that's it. The school. That's it. I was very very blind to the lies that we are told in there. But that's me. That's a big toke. I'm back to life. I'm back to life, people. Yeah, yeah. Time for rise and shine. Woo! That was a bit hot. That was a bit hot. Boom! Yeah, the awakening is in the house. I'm watching myself on the other screen. So yeah, just very, very blind to. Also, let me breathe a bit. I'll take another toke. That's gonna help. Weed is better than liquor. Can tell you that. You know, that's what I was telling my wife. I said, cannabis is the future. Cannabis is the future because you know why also people drink alcohol is because the system is blowing their mind at one point. So they need some kind of crutch to release the stress from Babylon. I know why people drink. Come on. I know why people drink. I know why I smoke. I know why people drink. I use it for sure medicinal purposes, but there's also a big stress relief when you smoke marijuana. You know, it's a it calms my nerve. Calms my nerve. Like never like in any other thing on earth. It's a plant. You know why be so radical with a plant that comes from nature? Like just a plant. It's a flower. Okay, it has some psychoactive effect, but it's good for you. It's going to open some pathways if they're closed. If they're closed, it's going to open a bit. So it's a good thing. You know, I don't suggest if you're too young to use it, like there's an age, like I would, but an age, 16. At what time did I start smoking weed? I was probably 14, 15. It's easier to get cannabis than get alcohol for teenagers. It's always been very accessible here in Canada. Always been very accessible. And that's one thing. Another thing people are blind to. You know, they promote alcohol before promoting marijuana. Marijuana is better than liquor. You're not going to lose your mind smoking a joint. The worst thing that can happen to you, you're going to crash on the couch. You're going to sleep if you're too stoned. So you're not going to be hyper and wanting to disturb the peace, you know? So you're going to be, but not all marijuana makes you crash on the couch either. No? Me, I prefer the sativa. Yeah. Me, I prefer the marijuana that's going to uplift you and, need it. That vaporizer is the best. Is the best. One of there's other ones. The Awakening had one too. I think he told me the other day in the chat. He has one. There's another one. It's called the Volcano, and it makes a big bubble. Like you put your weed in there, it makes a huge bubble. Then you can puff 2-3 times on it, close it, and go back to it. Like it stays good for a while, I think. But anyway, me, I think it's very. Me, I think it's better than liquor. Me, I don't drink at all. I just smoke. I drink beer once in a while, but it's not. I prefer marijuana, especially me. It's a good stress reliever. It's a good for my inflammation. There's different marijuana. There's different strain, different type. It's not all for the same purposes. We have to educate ourselves also. It comes with educating ourselves on the subject before we can talk about it or even look for consuming it. Like you should be aware of the different strain, of the different effect, of the different potency and THC potency and CBD and there's a lot of to know about it. There's a lot to know about it, but it's to open your eyes. I don't know. I don't know how to say it, but to me, marijuana is something for sure I advocate it. For sure. For sure. Don't ask me about alcohol and stuff like that. I will not be for it, but it's going to be legal here in Canada anyway. It's going to be legal nationwide by another Babylonian illusion, legalization. Why legal? So they can reap the profit. Anyway, just free it like the parsley or any other substance that it's just a plant, it's an herb. The best way also to consume cannabis, it's raw. It's raw. That's the best. And this way, when you eat it raw, you don't get the potency of the THC. It has to be activated. It has to be eat up to feel the effect of the potency of the THC. The trichome has to be eat up. So when you eat it raw, you make juice with it. I make juice with it. I have frozen juice cube of cannabis in my freezer, and they're very, very, very potent. Like it gives you it cleanses the inside very well, and it doesn't take much to make a big batch of juice. Take the leaves and pass that in there. But yeah, it's a very good detox for sure. But people, that's it. Yeah. Maybe you should start to smoke again someday. Hello, GG. I don't know. It's a choice. Me, I don't force anybody, and I don't judge anybody that doesn't use it. But to me, I think there's two kinds of people: those that smoke marijuana and those that should smoke marijuana. It's pretty much two type of people we are. But I think everybody should smoke weed. Maybe we would be more in love and harmony and less in confusion and illusion if there wouldn't be alcohol, because alcohol is the destruction of mankind. That's why it's legal. All the stuff that is legal is to, lower our frequency, lower our vibration, and make us blind to the truth of who we are first, our greatness. That's the first truth we should that's the first thing we should remove the blinder from, is our greatness. We're all great. We all have the potential to make this life free, wonderful, and beautiful. It's all on you. What are you going to do? Patience and consistent action. What did I post on Facebook today? I'm very inspired these days on Facebook. I don't know what's happening with me. And the other day I was saying that I was getting fed up. Now sometimes I go back. It's like you guys must say, Yannick, make up your mind. Yeah. Oh, I just seen your post, Rick. Bravo, Yannick Launier. Epic interview. Poignant. High energy. Truly at your best. I know this was something that that interview was really. I gave my all and my best. Even I found myself, I listened to it, but it's good also with the image that he put inside the video and all that. But I was listening to it after, and hey, I found myself a bit hyper. Like I was a bit hyper during the interview. Sometimes I was cutting him off, and that's the only thing that. But that's the vibe, man. That's the vibe, and that's one thing I try to work on myself a lot, is to let people talk and not cut them off. But the Truman Show is bringing me to be better at this, and because I always have something to talk. That's why I come and do these live show here, because I can talk like this with myself for hours and hours and without interruption. So I'm very inspired. So when I get with people and they give me one word, they talk about something, then I get very inspired and I just want to talk and put. And so that's what I do. But yeah, that's me. Yeah. So what did I was talking to you about? So big up Ricky always for sharing my stuff on Facebook. I mean, it might other people might come across it and they will it's many people don't even know I'm here. They don't even know I'm live on YouTube every day like this, and That's what a lot of people need. They just need sometimes just a little bit of inspiration, of motivation to get back at their things, or to keep going, or to keep the inspiration flowing, or some are here because they're very motivated and they want to keep it flowing, like me. That's why I'm here. Why do I come back? It's because I love being motivated. I'm very motivated for life. I love sharing what I know with people, and that's it. Persistence helps you to build momentum. When you keep pushing and striving for what you want, momentum builds. Persistence is one of the keys to building and maintaining momentum. It's what separates the winners from the loser. Persistence, perseverance, patience. Rise and shine, live your dreams, patience and consistent action. We can all make it. You can't cheat the grind, make it happen. Yeah, make it happen, This is one of the things also that I was completely blind all my life. I thought it was gonna happen by itself. Like you expect things to kind of fall on your lap and expect without doing too much work. We always want the maximum for to get the maximum and do the minimum for it. But once I remove my blinders and I realized that I had to move my ass to get what I want. But then I started to change the way I was seeing things, and things become clearer. Also, at one point, that action must be taken to bring your dreams to, and it's not that you must freak out and start dilapidating all kinds of money and stuff like that. Just take consistent action. Just do your thing, do one thing, but do it well and do it repetitively until you get it right. Anything that is worth doing, that is worth doing badly until you get it right. Anything that's worth doing. So you have a dream, it's worth doing. You have a goal that is worth chasing. So do it until you get it right. And that's what I do. I know I don't come here pretending I perfected my soul and I attain all my goals. And no, I come here for that. I'm very, very humble in my journey here. I'm at the beginning. I just scratched the surface of my potentials. It's stay on board, because if you judge prematurely, it's just warming up. Like I said, I'm getting into the first period. So I'm not even in. We're starting the preseason. It's like a big hockey season. Like a big hockey season. I finished the warm up, and now we're starting the preseason. But it's just the preseason. We're still not in the game. We're still not in the season. We haven't even made it to the playoff. We haven't even won the Stanley Cup yet. So don't get excited. Don't get excited. It will come. That day will come where I will lift that cup on my arm, with my arm, and look at the world and say, I made it happen. Yeah. That day will come. But it takes dedication, it takes patience and consistent action. That's what everyone that went after their stuff, after their dreams in life can tell you. It's a long run. It's not something that happened overnight. If you expect it to happen overnight, might as well quit right now. Quit right now. Because that's not the way it works. Unfortunately, or fortunately. I prefer fortunately it's not the way it works, because then you grow during the journey. Also, you become less and less blind, and you grow. And yeah, so this is it. So guys, I'm letting you go, and I'll be back tomorrow morning. Today, beautiful day. I'll go enjoy a bit the sun outside, and my wife just got home, so I'll go have a little chat. Mary made me think in other dimensions, for sure. Marijuana will bring you to it. Not only made me think in other dimension, yeah, probably in some kind of but it's because it's not very much another dimension, but it's another paradigm. Like it brings you to another paradigm, another vibe. It's another vibe. Là. It's a better vibe than alcohol for sure. Là. Like me, I prefer the vibe of the feeling of alcohol. Don't really like it, but the feeling of marijuana, no problem. Like it's never gonna make me like I'll just become more and more clear with clearer thoughts. Me anyway. Me, I love it. It does good to me, so that's why I advocate it and I talk about it. It's a choice. It's a choice. Everything is a choice. Like it's a choice to wake up. It's a choice to stay blind. It's a choice to remove the veil. Everything is a choice. No one is forcing you to be a slave. No one is forcing you to adopt the default state. No one. If you do it, it's because you have accepted it. You have accepted the default state by default. So now you know it. Move out of the default state. Now it's time to rise and shine and go after our dreams. This is what we're doing. So, rise and shine, and that's it. He will be back probably tomorrow morning. You expect me tomorrow morning. Yeah, yeah. I expect myself there too. That's weird. That's my expectation. I have expectations from me too. And I expect myself there. So, see ya. And that's it. Live your dreams. One day at a time. One battle at a time. One struggle at a time. We'll make it. He's out.